Peace and blessings, my friends. Welcome back to another yoga practice. Today we'll get started in a seated position. You're welcome to sit cross-legged. You could sit on your shins. If you have a block or a prop that you like to sit on, you can do that. As you come to your seat, sit tall. Lift a little bit up and forward through the center of the chest. Take a deep breath in. And a big exhale out. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Start to roll around the wrists. Take a few rolls in each direction. Try not to kind of fling the arms all around too. See how much you can isolate the movement into each wrist. And then once you've done that, go ahead and come onto hands and knees. Tabletop position. As you come onto hands and knees, go ahead and pluck each hand off the mat, lift it up, turn it around so that the palms face backwards, and then roll around a little bit, stretching your wrists. If this feels quite intense for you, you can certainly go one hand at a time, or you can really take any other wrist stretches. This is really to begin opening up the hands and wrists and to also just begin coming into the body. One thing I love about these wrist stretches is that they always give me a lot of sensation to play with. The hands are, after all, where we use the sense of feeling most of the time. We feel with our hands. Once you've finished that, go ahead and tuck the toes and sit back to your heels. Try to even get your pinky toes under. I have to kind of reach under and get the pinkies under. From here, interlace the palms in front of your heart. Flip and push the palms forward, rounding at the spine, puffing up the space in between the shoulder blades, tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, lift the palms up, puff up through the chest. Find a little back bend. Exhale, round and push forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round and push forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round and push forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round and push forward. Release the palms. Shake out the hands if you'd like to. Sit on your shins, but you can untuck the toes. And then bring the fingertips behind you. Press down through your shins. Squeeze the thighs. Push the hips forward. Almost like a bridge pose, camel pose type posture. Take an inhale. Release down on the exhale. Moment of strength. Bring your palms to the mat so that your fingertips kind of fan out away from the outsides of the knees. And then we'll take a moment to squat, take a little kind of squat and curl position or a flying integration. So we'll start to lift the knees into the collarbones and then try to keep your hips low toward the heels, creating this tiny cannonball-like shape where we're pushing the ground away as much as we possibly can. We're pressing the back body to the sky and we're tucking the tailbone under, glutes to the heels. Knees are tied to the collarbones. Lift the knees higher for 3. Push away for 2. I know this is super challenging. We're here for just 1. Go ahead and lower. Reach the arms up to the sky. Begin flashing through your palms, through your fingertips. Flash the palms vigorously. Build up some speed, some heat, some tapas, as we might say. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog. Welcome to practice. Welcome to practice. Let's have a few breaths in down dog. Sometimes I like to just hold down dog. Sometimes I like to move around and open up some space. Today I'm just wanting to hold it, but you're welcome to spend your time here how you would like to spend your time here. Noticing what you see. You see an upside down version of the world as you look in between your legs. You feel the scooping and lifting up of your hips. Feel the butt facing up toward the sky. And then go ahead and tiptoe the feet to the top of the mat. And then go ahead and step left foot outside of left hand, right foot outside of right hand, malasana squat as the hips sit low, the heart lifts high. Breathe here. If you're like me, this is another posture, like those wrist stretches where there's pretty deep sensation to feel into. And again, that's a good thing a lot of the time because that sensation really wraps us into the present moment. Big breaths. Last one. Breath in. Breath out. Bring the hands to the ground. Forward fold, straighten the legs, drop the head down. You can keep the feet a little bit wider than the hips for a moment. Maybe grab your elbows and let the torso kind of hang in the space in between the legs. Bring the fingertips to the mat. Keep the right foot forward, step the left foot all the way back. As you get here, drop the left knee down, and then from here we'll twist the right hand up to the sky with the option, if you want, to wrap all the way back, connecting right foot to left foot or ankle. Stay light on your left hand. In fact, maybe you try to come onto left fingertips. That'll help you be more in the legs and a little bit less in the arms. After all, any lunging position starts in the legs. Big breaths. Release your foot or ankle if you have the bind. Release your right hand to the mat. Skandasana, back of your mat. Carry the hips all the way back. Try to stay engaged in your right leg, right thigh muscles. Try to sit up a little bit tall. Then from Skandasana, shift to Warrior Two facing forward. So this will probably require you to reorganize your feet and then stand up from that position. Generally in Warrior Two, the arch of the back foot is kind of along the same railroad track as the heel of your right foot. But if you want to go wider than that, that's totally cool with me. If you want to flip the palms open, that's also cool with me. Sometimes that's nice to open through your shoulders. Keep a strong bend in your right knee. And as you kind of bend into your knee, it's like the right knee is moving forward and the left hip is almost moving back. Almost moving back. That way we're kind of energetically lengthening through the right thigh bone. Reach forward. Forward, forward, forward. And then reverse your warrior. Straighten the right leg, reverse your triangle, lift up. And then take a triangle pose. Shorten your stance as you want to do so. Option 1, float your right hand off the ground. You'll build lots of good strength in the legs by doing so. Option 2, bring your right fingertips down to a block, to the mat, or to your shin. Today I'm going to float the hands because I'm trying to build a little bit of strength. I've had a very calm, cozy day, so honestly, I didn't even want to come record this, but once I got going, I was like, what a blessing that we get to do yoga together. What a blessing that we get to be in our bodies. So now that I'm here, now that I got on the mat, I'm like, let's do it. Let's build some strength. And it's a good good story that I think we all experience of Sometimes it's hard to get on the mat, but once we do, we're like, yeah, that was the move. Okay, from here, right hand down and then circle the left hand down. Turn to face forward. Drop the left knee down to the mat, Anjaneyasana. Flip the left foot to press down. Flip the top of the foot to press down, that is. And sweep your arms up to the sky. Do whatever you want with the arms. Lately, I've been enjoying interlacing fingers, palms behind the head, and leaning head into palms, using that as a foundation to sprout open. Pointing my elbows up to the sky, having my triceps face forward. Keep pushing your left foot down into the mat, no matter what position your arms are in. We're all in these strong legs together. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Fingertips to the mat, pyramid pose. Try to keep your stance long, meaning try to stay high onto your left toes. Crawl the fingertips forward. Keep a little bend in your right knee so that you can lengthen your spine even more. We're not rushing today. Not moving super fast, so that we can use our time to create and experience the depth that's available to us. Warrior 3, crawl forward, come into a balance, float the left foot off the mat, hands pull to heart center. One-legged Tadasana, rise up to standing and pull the left knee into the chest. Dancer's pose, drop the left foot, connect left hand to left foot or ankle, reach the right hand forward, and then dance with yourself. Dance with the divine, dance with your breath. Let's take a few moments here. Pull the left knee back into the chest, one-legged Tadasana, arms up, inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, high crescent twist. Arms swing open to the right side, so right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward. Option to stay here, option to reverse your lunge. Right arm half binds or reaches to your left thigh. Left hand to the sky, open. Maybe left hand cradles the back of the head. Maybe lose your balance and then catch it again. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. What a day, what a journey that we just went on that right side. From down dog, we're headed to Malasana, top of the mat. So if you wanted, you could even hop there. I'm gonna go ahead and step there. Feet come wide. Hips drop down, chest sits tall. Look forward, look around. Find a sense of gratitude. What's one thing you're grateful for? It could be your body, your breath. It could be just being alive for another day. It could be that you have food to eat today. But there's gotta be something. Forward fold. Straighten the legs, drop the head. Left foot stays forward. Keep it a little bit wide. Right foot steps all the way back. Drop the right knee down. And we'll twist the left hand to the sky. And you have the option, if you want, to just be in the twist. Left hand can land anywhere you want. Or you can reach back for the bind. Deep breaths. Release. As you release, hands come back down to the mat. Skandasana lunge. Drop the right heel down, carry the hips over to that right heel. Sit up tall. Use the hands to help you. Shift to warrior two. Adjust your feet. Bring them back onto the same railroad track if that's how you like to organize yourself. And then rise up into your warrior pose. The warrior is present. The warrior finds themselves in the center of their circumstances, finding the calmness in success, finding the acceptance of defeat, finding an ability to be a leader, even if it's just the leader of your own reality. Reach forward, 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 and then reverse your warrior. And at some point, straighten your left leg, make it easier for yourself. Reverse your triangle. Move into Trikonasana. Lengthening into your posture. Left hand either floats or finds its home. Left hand touches down. Right hand circles down, Anjaneyasana. Turn to face forward, drop the right knee, swing arms up to the sky. Find any variation with the arms, strong in the legs as the left foot and left shin. Press down into the mat. Use that as your foundation. Rise up and create some space. Bring your hands to the ground, pyramid pose. Keep length into your spine as you find the fold. Feel the hips pulling back in space. Warrior three, shift forward. You can keep a crouch in your right knee, or excuse me, left knee if you want, but try to straighten your right leg, reaching back behind you. And then find one-legged Tadasana as the right knee pulls into the chest. Stand up, inhale, arms up. Exhale, right hand drops. Connect right hand to right foot or ankle, Nataraj, dancer's pose. See how gently you can release your right foot and then pull right knee back into the chest. Try to keep your balance, but we're not attached. Bring hands to heart center, warrior three. Kick back, exhale. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Land your right foot, sweep arms to the sky. Exhale, twist open to your left. Left hand back. Right hand keeps reaching forward, reaching to new space, reaching to the future. Stay here or reverse your lunge. Find a mindful back bend. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take a deep bend into the knees, look forward. Round and ripple forward, hips to the sky, upward facing dog with the toes tucked. Keep rippling forward. Hips pull through. Be as strong and straight in the legs as you possibly can. Press the shoulders back and down. Drive the heels back. Kneecaps are lifting. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Strong legs as you push yourself back. Downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Hips to the sky, round and ripple all the way forward to toes tucked up dog, unless you prefer. to untuck the toes, then you do you, your practice. It's just an opportunity to do something a little bit different. And then exhale, roll it back, down dog. Lift the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Step the right foot outside of the right hand. Drop the left knee down, and then twist open. Maybe you connect right hand, left ankle or foot. Take an inhale. Exhale, release, begin to close it off. Skandasana, back of the mat. It's okay if you're kind of working a diagonal to the back of your mat. From Skandasana lunge, head toward warrior two, hands or no hands. You have time to reorganize your feet. Sorry if that's a little annoying. Sometimes we just gotta reorganize ourselves. Take an inhale. Sink deeper into it on the exhale. Inhale here. Sink deeper, reach forward on the exhale. Inhale, reverse the warrior or triangle. Exhale, take triangle pose. Try to keep the right hand floating if you want to join me. We're here for 5. Keep squeezing the thigh muscles. Here for 4. Look up if you like to. We're here to 3, 2, 1. Left hand circles. Turn to face forward in your hips. Drop the left knee down to the ground. Sweep arms up to the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, fingertips down. Fold into pyramid pose. Option to keep the arms floating or bring them down to the ground. Warrior 3. Reach the heart forward. Float the left leg. One-legged Tadasana. Pull the left knee into the chest. Reach the arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, drop left hand. Connect left hand to left foot. Inhale, dancer's pose. Expand. Exhale, settle into the pose. Take 2 more breaths. Bring left knee back into the chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, open twist to the right. Right arm swings back. Inhale, reverse your lunge. Exhale, hands to the ground, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Step left foot to the outside of your left hand. Drop the right knee down, circle open. Maybe you take a quad stretch bind. Once you get there, take an inhale. Exhale, release your foot, Skandasana, back of your mat. Stay here for an inhale. Stay here for an exhale. Warrior 2 facing forward. Take a moment to reorganize yourself with or without the hands to get there. Once you're here, inhale. Deepen on the exhale. One more inhale. Deepen on the exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior or triangle. Exhale, head into triangle pose. Circle the right hand down to the ground. Turn the hips to face forward. Drop the right knee down. Anjaneyasana, arms up to the sky. Let's inhale here. Exhale, pyramid pose. Find your fold. Nice breath in here. And a breath out. Inhale, lead with the heart. Find your warrior 3. Stay here on the exhale. Inhale, right knee into the chest, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, drop right hand, connect right hand to right foot. Inhale, dancer's pose, expand. Stabilize here on the exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, right knee into the chest. One-legged Tadasana. Embrace the wobbles. Exhale, warrior three. Right leg reaches to the space you cannot see. Inhale, high crescent lunge, arms up to the sky. Exhale, open twist to your left. Left arm reaches back in space. Inhale, reverse your lunge. Find a new horizon. Exhale, hands to the ground. Downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, shift into a plank pose. Exhale, take a chaturanga. Inhale, back up to plank pose. Exhale, drop knees and forearms. Shift the hips back in space. Inhale, pull through. Upward facing dog. You can do a regular up dog with the tops of the feet down this time. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, shift into a plank pose. Exhale, take a chaturanga. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, drop knees and forearms. Shift the hips back in space to prepare. Inhale, pull your heart through. Find upward facing dog. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward into your plank pose. Exhale, take your chaturanga. Inhale, back up to plank. Exhale, drop knees and forearms. Look forward. Inhale, pull yourself through upward facing dog. Exhale, roll yourself back downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward into plank pose. Exhale, take chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise back up to plank. Exhale, drop knees and forearms, look forward. Inhale, pull through to upward facing dog. Exhale, roll back to downward facing dog. As we get back to downward facing dog, go ahead and drop the knees down to the mat and come into your preferred comfortable seated position. This is where I'll provide a moment for you. A nice thing to do here is to take the head through some neck rolls. Stretch out the neck. That's what I'm going to begin doing in a moment. This is also time where you could kind of just roll the shoulders out, shake the hands out, or you could take a few sips of some water. Got to stay hydrated out there. All right, so feel free to begin. I'm going to take my neck rolls. Make sure you go a few times both directions. Any other stretches you want to take, feel free. And then come into a seated position, wide-legged forward fold. Sit up tall with the legs. Really feel your sitting bones on the mat. And then fold forward. Breathe deeply here. Keep your legs strong. So I actually like to, instead of folding into a completely passive stretch, I like to engage my thigh muscles. I like to be active in my feet. And that way I feel like I'm getting more of an authentic stretch. I'm getting a stretch that my muscles are not subject to, but that my body is involved with. My muscles are involved with. Start to lift up. Bend into the knees. Windshield wiper the legs a few times. And then find pigeon pose on the right side. Today, of course, take any version of pigeon you want, but today the invitation is, instead of folding into pigeon, it's going to be upright. And you could even do pigeon with a twist. So you can have left hand on the mat or block and right hand reaches back for the twist. Right. When I do this, my right hip is undoubtedly up off the mat. Otherwise, it's too much of a back bend for me. But you can always place a cushion or a pillow or a block under your right hip as well. But I like to have nothing under my hips so that I'm kind of forced to create this uplifting sensation in my pelvis. Really engage Mula Bandha and find an active twist. Whew. All right, release the bind if you had it, and then find a forward fold. I know that can be really intense, so if you tried that, thanks for sticking with me, and hopefully you enjoy this chance to kind of relax into the fold. Start to lift back up, and we'll gradually switch sides. If you want to, you can totally just windshield wiper a few times, and then eventually just rock it over to the left side. And we're going to do the same pose other side. Upright pigeon with an optional twist. Of course, if you just want to fold, you can fold. It's the benefit of doing this practice at home is you don't need anyone's permission. You never need anyone's permission to just take what you need sometimes, or to even take what you want. Release that. And then feel free to create your fold. Begin to lift up. As you lift up, reorient yourself on your mat, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. You can try to really make sure your sitting bones are on the mat, and then find some length in your spine, and then fold. You're welcome to bend the knees a little bit. Start to lift up. Janushirshasana. Seated tree. Left foot, right thigh. Side body stretch. All right, if you want, you can even reach right hand to left knee, left hand to right foot. Or you can just kind of be a little bit more explorative with it. Just continue to feel your left hip rooting down so that you can feel your left side body lengthening. Slowly begin to sit up, just so that you can switch sides. Janushirshasana, side number 2. I like to use a block under my knee, but by no means is that necessary. Begin to release and lay down on your back. As you lay down, if you have a block, move into a version of a supported fish pose. So this block will actually go on the flat setting under your shoulders, kind of under the space between your shoulder blades. If you don't have a block, don't worry. You can just take Shavasana and lay flat on your back, or you could take Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, the knees open if you want to take a little hip opener. Baddha Konasana is a nice way to do that, diamond-shaped legs. And then just fill your lungs and empty your lungs. Use your breath. Something I've been exploring in my personal practice is eagle arms, Garudasana arms in supported fish. So I bring kind of one elbow under the other. I find a place for my head. And it just kind of feels interesting. And then find opposite side eagle arms if you are happening to do that with me. Let that go. And then lastly, it's nice to just move the arms around like you're a snow angel. And then begin to release off the block if you were using a block. And lay flat. Let's give ourselves a couple minutes here just to exist in stillness in a full Shavasana position, palms face up. Letting go of the practice, letting go of everything, becoming nothing, finding acceptance, finding a sense of non-attachment. And most importantly, finding a sense of natural compassion for yourself and for others. Shavasana. Begin to come back into your senses. Maybe over the next few breaths, you slowly begin to blink the eyes open, as if you're seeing for the very first time. Maybe you notice what you can taste or smell or hear or feel. You feel the surface of the mat or the ground underneath you. Find the energy to begin sitting up. And you find a seated position when you're ready. From your seated position, bring your hands to heart center. Let's join for the sound of Om one time to clear or to close out the practice. Breath in. My friends, thank you so much for joining for another practice. It's always a blessing and a privilege to share space with each and every one of you. Drop a comment. I'd love to see who's taking the classes and how you liked it, what you want to see more of, what you think could improve. And more than anything, I hope to see you again as we continue to build community here on this channel. Have an amazing rest of your day. Until next time, peace.